Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby. It is done and dusted at the Alien Stadium. 29 points to 24 South Africa over England. And there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of takeaways. And yes, I might go into a little rant once again, as you know. But before I go into that, please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Be opinionated. Come into the comment section. If I ask a couple of questions, explain to me what your opinion is. Tell me what you thought about the game. But overall, I am not happy with this performance. My main thing is I just don't understand the tactics, right? And I said it while I was on Twitter while the game was on, and I was like, we saw the lineup of England coming out, and we saw Tommy Freeman, we saw Freddie Stewart, we saw Tom Roebuck, all high ball specialists. We saw how England played against the All Blacks. We saw how they played against the Wallabies and how they got carved open defensively. And we choose our backline with Marnie Lubbock there, one of the most creative players in the world. And our game plan is, let's heave it as high as possible. Let's just boot it. We play this bullshit high ball rugby game with England every single time. It is one of the wonders of the world why we just drop our attacking rugby as soon as we play England. Like, yeah, it could be a bit wet and whatever, right? Just back your players to catch the ball and play some actual rugby. Like putting the ball up high on Freddie Stewart and Tommy Freeman while Cheslin Colby and Kurtley Arons has to chase out on them while they are half their size is just ridiculous rugby to me. Ridiculous rugby. Like, our only good guy under the high ball really, right, in terms of compared to them because he's tall, is Fussy, and he stanked the place out today. I like Fussy. I thought he's been great, and I would have picked him for this game because he's secure under the high ball. But he just stank out the place today. He was terrible. The same with Jesse Creel in like the first 60 minutes roundabout. I just didn't understand the game plan at all. We ran the ball 4 times, probably 5 times, and we scored 3 tries. The first try with Cheslin Colby, the attacking cross-field kick from Marnie. He steps Freddie Stewart and he scores. Grant Williams attacked the gain line, stepped Freddie Stewart, he scores. By the way, both of those times they attacked Freddie Stewart. What do? We see he can't tackle. He can catch the ball out of the air, so we'll just give him more catching practice. It makes no sense. We played the back line. Kurtley Arons goes into the corner, obviously disallowed try, right, because of Fussy's forward pass. I don't know how he passed that ball forward. It's the easiest pass in the world. He had all the time in the world to make that pass, and he passes it forward. We attack the gain line. Cheslin Colby goes into the corner and scores. Every single time we almost attacked with our back line. I never even really saw Damian Dillon until he made that back line line break because he finally got the ball. We got points on the board, but what do? We just go back to kicking the ball up in the air. Now, I'm no rugby expert, right? And I keep on getting told, you're not a rugby expert because you're not Russ, you haven't won 2 World Cups. You don't need to be a rugby expert to look at England's previous games and literally attack those vulnerabilities once again. And we saw it again today. Their backline or their rush defense is all over the place. But what do? We just kick it to the most secure hands in world rugby every single time. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. By the way, someone that I have to call out, right? I know he went off injured and I wish Ox all the best. But Ox and Shea, this is not the first time that I see it. I feel like he's on the same level as Andre Pollard in terms of just slipping off tackles like it's nothing. He made about 4 missed tackles. He missed George Martin, who made the massive gain line movement for England, and then he missed Sam Underhill literally a phase later where they went on and scored the try. Like, I'm sorry, but it just makes absolutely no sense to me. Han, sorry, I'm filming. Can you mute, please?
Yeah, sorry.
It just makes absolutely no sense to me what the game plan was. This was terrible rugby from us. Sorry, that was my girlfriend calling there on the phone because she's an England fan, and some of you might have seen her on the podcast. It's Rose. So yeah, it just makes absolutely no sense, the game plan. And as I said, I'm not a rugby expert, but you don't need to be one to see that it's just an embarrassing game plan. That you're making a fool out of yourself. I mean, what should Tony Brown be thinking while he sits there? And obviously, Mani Libbok's not going to get any love from this because the game plan was, Mani, as soon as you get the ball, send it up to the heavens. I just can't understand it. I just can't understand what we were doing. But I don't want to take away any credit from England as well. I thought they were very good. They were absolutely brilliant. I don't want to give them as much credit as they should get at the breakdown because Andrew Bray shafted us with that one because they never released. As a tackler, they never released. But other than that, they were brilliant. England were very good. Marcus Smith kind of ran the game. Sam Underhill, it was sensational. Ben Earl, I mean, I hated that he celebrates for literally everything. I hate playing against the guy, but he was quality today. Freddie Stewart had a very good game, but I mean, the guy turns as slow as a turtle. I lost my words there. So I don't understand why we just play to literally his strongest point. I just need some explanations with some of this. But let's quickly run through the South African team. Oxenchair, bad game. Bongi Manambi, very quiet game. Who was that? Volko Lau, I thought he had a decent game. Obviously, he got a lot of scrum penalties, but I think that was a bit of idioticness from Ellis Gens to just like dive into his own scrums. Like, that was just stupid. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm just heaving all over the place. This is so unscripted. The English commentators, I've never heard commentators cry as much about literally every single thing. They cried about Eben Etzebeth being offside for a charge down, but decides, listen, we're not going to talk about Ben Earl's blatant knock-on in the first phase of the game of that line-out where they went on to score. Blatant knock-on, just like not call. They moaned about the forward pass. They moan about every single breakdown, moan about the line-out. Oh, I'm Casual Bias Rugby. I felt like they had about 12 of me in their own commentary booth. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was listening to that shit and I was like, oh my goodness, these guys just can't stop crying about literally everything. You want us to talk about Safa's moaning? We moan about our own team. You just moan about everything. And they had the nerve to talk about the ref. Seriously, it was embarrassing at certain points. But yeah, anyway. Eben Etzebeth, on and off game. Very here and there. Ergis Snyman, very good. Scintillating in my opinion. Siya Kolisi, same as Eben. Same WhatsApp group for this game. Up and down. Pieter Steff, he was all over the place once again. He's just a monster. Pieter Steff is an absolute monster. Jasper Wiese, he was sensational. He would have been my man of the match, second man of the match, if he didn't get subbed off quite early. But he was extremely good. Grant Williams, exceptional. Mani, I mean, what do you give him? Like 5 out of 10, because every time he got the ball, he had to kick it. His kicks looked better from the tee. I know he missed 2, but the one was from the touchline, hit the post. The other one was 50 meters out. He didn't miss it by that much. So, yeah, Mani, probably like a 5. Dialinde, quiet game. Creel, I thought he stank out the place in the first 50 to 60 minutes, and I love Creel. But that missed tackle that he had on Freddie Stewart when Kurtley Orange went for the ball, I mean, that kind of just summed up his game until he just finally switched on. Finally. Kurtley Orange, decent game. Cheslin Colby, my man of the match. Unbelievable. He was unplayable today. Today was Cheslin Colby proving why he's the best player in the world. And then finally, Fussy stank out the place as well. 2 out of 10. Fussy didn't do a single good thing. Obviously, Bomb Squad came on and just secured the game. But we played like no rugby in this game. Absolutely no rugby. I want to know what everyone's opinion was. My big thing is just on the tactics. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, have a good one. Please do remember to like and subscribe. I do appreciate you guys. And I will see you tomorrow, probably on a fan forum where we can get some of these English twats in, where they'll probably cry as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.